everyone. Hi. Happy Halloween. This is officially Halloween ASMR with Alise. Yay. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. My microphone is down here. So sometimes I'll whisper down close to my microphone. In case you can't tell, I'm wearing my Halloween costume. It's kind of just pajamas. It's like a big onesie. It's Evie, and it's so cute. And it's really warm, and I like the ears. So I'll just be doing some Halloween themed ASMR real quick. And I'll try to get this video out on Halloween night. Halloween night for people in America. Yeah, right now it's Halloween night in Japan, so it's Halloween morning for you all right now. So I'll edit real quick and yeah. So I'll just, I don't know, I'm gonna talk you to sleep or something. I'm just gonna talk you to sleep, and fabric sounds are nice, right? Can do some fabric sounds. There's a lot going on with this. There's something back here, this big fluffy fuzzy part. And then there's a big fluffy tail, and yeah, it's really good. I'm looking at my boyfriend. He ordered our costumes online and surprised me. There's one more of these, and it's the big, what is he called in, hey, なんか、あと、なんていうの、名前。寝てる、歌ってる名前。カビコ。Do you know it in English? わかんない。snooze something. ごめんね, sorry everyone, I don't know the name. I don't know a lot about Pokemon, to be honest, but Kabikon is the what is it? Snorlax is the one. Okay, Snorlax. これは EV だね。EV. In English, EV is just Eevee, right? Eevee. I'm probably going to wear this a lot this winter. It's very warm and super soft and fuzzy on the inside. I'm getting a little toasty right now because it's not that cold right now. It's not that cold yet, so I'm a little toasty in this. I'm a little toasty in this. A little toasty. What shall I do to make you go to sleep? Let's talk about pumpkins, because pumpkins are very Halloweeny. So we can just talk about pumpkins, and I feel like I'm way down here. Let's move. Ta-da! And now you can kind of see the microphone. Let's talk about pumpkins. So. You know, you can do a lot of things with pumpkins. You can eat them, of course. You know, you can make a pumpkin pie. Or you can... What other thing? Pumpkin soup. I believe that's a thing. Like a, creamy pumpkin soup. Pumpkin pie. What else can you eat with pumpkin? A lot of people, there's pumpkin here in Japan. It's called kabocha, but it's different from pumpkins in America. And people steam it and eat it just plain. You don't even need to put like seasoning on it or anything. It just tastes really good by itself. Kabocha. I really like it. It's an autumn vegetable. Are pumpkins fruits or vegetables? It feels vegetable-y to me, but I think the rule is that fruits have seeds. But that doesn't really make sense to me, because doesn't every plant have seeds? Like, that's how they grow. It doesn't make sense to me. But that's what I heard, like apples have seeds and bananas have seeds and pears have seeds and oranges have seeds in them. Watermelons have seeds, and tomatoes have seeds, and supposedly that's why like tomatoes are fruits. But what about zucchini has seeds in them? Bell peppers have lots of seeds in them. Oh, I guess, but then when you think of vegetables like broccoli and spinach, there's no seeds in that. I guess that's true. I guess. I don't know. But that just doesn't feel like a very reasonable rule. For me, and for most people, I feel like the rule should be sweetness levels. Like, fruits are sweeter, and vegetables are not sweet. Tell me one sweet vegetable besides a sweet potato. I know you're going to say sweet potato. But sweet potatoes really aren't sweet until you add like brown sugar and stuff. They're really not that sweet. Like a little bit sweet, but not the same sweetness that you get with like an apple. Speaking of apples, I bought some really good apples the other day. It's gonna be apple season once it gets colder. I love the apples. The main apples that you get in Japan are Fuji apples, and they're really, really big and sweet and crisp, and they're really good. They're a little expensive right now, but they'll get cheaper in the winter. Fuji apples. I don't know what's going on. My neighbor is doing something up there, making noise. Apologies if you hear that. I don't know. There's buttons. Lots of buttons. Lots of buttons. Buttons. Lots of buttons. And anyway, fruits and vegetables. Yeah, I was talking about pumpkins for the fall theme, right? No, the Halloween theme. It's Halloween. And pumpkins, yeah. So you can eat pumpkin pie, and you can have pumpkin soup, and you can just straight up eat the pumpkin if you want. Other things that you can do with pumpkins includes carving the pumpkin into a jack-o'-lantern. I haven't seen a single jack-o'-lantern here in Japan. Not a single one. Nope. Because there's no big pumpkins, that's why. The pumpkins are all tiny and they're green. They're not pumpkins. I don't know why they call them pumpkins. It's not a pumpkin, it's a kabocha. I don't know. There's not the same kind of big pumpkin. Pumpkin. What else can you do with pumpkins? You can just take pictures with them at the pumpkin patch and then just let them live. Just let them grow. If you don't harvest a plant, it just falls off anyway, right? Yeah. Like, it won't just keep growing and growing forever. Like, the pumpkin won't just keep getting bigger and bigger on the vine. It'll eventually reach its limit, right? Like if you just let it go. I never really thought about it before. Like watermelons or potatoes or anything. When it's on a tree, like apples and stuff, they fall from the tree when they're ready, right? And then the birds eat it, and then they fly somewhere, and then they poop out the seeds, and then the seeds get into the ground, and they plant more apple trees all around the world, right? See, that makes sense, because they have somewhere to fall from. But if it's just sitting on the ground connected to the vine, will it stay connected forever? Not forever, but like for the lifetime of the plant? If nobody interferes? That's the good question. What else is Halloween related? Skeletons. I haven't seen any skeletons either. Have you seen any skeletons? I hope not. No skeletons or ghosts. Boo. No skeletons or ghosts. No skeletons or ghosts. Or witches. Okay, I'll tell you a little bit. Sorry, I got a little interrupted. I don't remember what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh, I went to, let me tell you, I'm going to tell you a little story. So I went to, where did I go? On Sunday nights, on Halloween weekend, the weekend before Halloween, weekend, I went to this busy part of the city, and I had heard from the locals who lived here for a while that there's a place where a lot of people dress up in their costumes and hang out. So if you want to see people in costumes, this is where you should go. And not like little kids trick-or-treating. It's like teens and 20s and adults in like party mode. And so we went, and I was personally not dressed up. I was not going to be seen. I was going to look. I was curious. I just wanted to observe. And the most common costumes, it's kind of weird. There's a lot of like, for girls, I think the most common one. So first of all, this is so interesting. Japan is a very collective culture, which is the opposite of like in America, super individualistic. So people like to, maintain group balance and do things together and not stand out too much. So whenever somebody was in a costume, there was never like one person just in a costume. It was a group of people, a group of friends, or a couple, or at least two friends. So like nobody dressed up on their own. It was always with someone else. So I thought that was an interesting reflection of the collective Japanese culture. And a lot of popular costumes for girls was a group of girls dressed up like police in police outfits, or like American SWAT uniforms. I thought that was really funny. And most boys would wear like normal or cool clothes, and then they would paint their face to look like the Joker or something. Like a group of boys did that a lot. And then so many police outfits. I'm trying to think of anything else that stands out that I saw. All I can think of is like police outfits, SWAT outfits, army uniforms. There were some girls wearing their high school uniforms, but then they just like put blood all over them. Fake blood, I'm assuming. That's all I can think of, sorry. Yeah, I wish I should have written it down and reported to you. in detail the quota of the different costumes, but all I can remember is like police and SWAT and army uniforms. Just a lot of uniforms in general. That was a big one. Yeah. That's all. That's what I did on Sunday. So I'm wondering what the busiest day was. I guess it was Saturday. Saturday night. The Saturday before Halloween was probably the busiest day. Probably the busiest day. But when I went on Sunday, it was really busy, surprisingly. So I guess there's probably people out and about right now on Tuesday. Tuesday. Halloween on a Tuesday. Yeah. Let me get a drink of water. Do you like the little decoration? This came with the costumes in the mail. It was like a little extra thing. It's a little Halloween bandana. They called it a bandana. So we hung it on the door. I would like to try to be festive for the holidays this year. Try to be festive. And decorate and do things. I'll be in America for Thanksgiving. Yay, yeah, next month in November. I guess from tomorrow's November. But yeah, November I'm going back to America for just over a week. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm already making lists of things that I'm gonna do and buy and eat. The most important thing for me is eating. I'm making a list of the foods that I want to eat, foods that I can't get here in Japan, and then stuff that I'm gonna buy and bring back. Mostly also like snacks and stuff. And then some like personal items like deodorant. For anybody who's gonna move to Japan, bring your deodorant. Bring your deodorant of choice. Bring like 10 of them. You're not gonna find it here. And any deodorant that you do find here does not work. It doesn't work. It's rare, and when it does exist, it doesn't work. So just bring your own. And it's annoying to have to order it online because it gets really expensive. And yeah, so just bring your own. And yeah, I made a list of the foods that I'm gonna eat, like I said, and restaurants that I want to go to. Of course, I'm excited to see my family. My grandpa. I really want to see my grandpa and my nephew. My brother had a baby. Nope, my brother's girlfriend had a baby. A year. Oh my god, is he 1 year old now? No. He's gonna be 2. He's gonna be 2 years old. Oh my goodness. And he doesn't know who I am because I'm not there. So I need to see him and make him remember me. Yeah. Cutie baby. I love babies. I really do like babies. I want one. Okay, back to the Halloween theme. Sorry. No more babies. Babies are not Halloween themed. Skeletons. I was talking about skeletons, but I have nothing to say about skeletons. Like, skeletons. Skeletons, ghosts, vampires. What happened to vampires? That's the question. Because apparently they live forever. So why did they just vanish from society? Because there was a time when people really believed that vampires were among us. They really did believe. And then suddenly people just stopped believing. think vampires are cool. I always like movies and TV shows that center around vampires because it's just such a fun concept that you can play with, like story-wise. I really like the way that the Vampire Diaries, they really play with like the time thing and how like they live forever. So how the same person continues to show up. Oh, the toilet's flushing in the background. How the same person continues to exist without like getting caught not aging, and how they have to like relocate and start their lives over again as like a 24-year-old because they're gonna be 24 for their whole life or something. And I like how sometimes like it would show flashbacks back to the character in different historical periods, because I like historical dramas too. I like history stuff. History's cool. Yeah. So in terms of story, you can do a lot with a vampire type theme, because there can be lots of different time stuff. And yeah, it's good for the story. Good for the story. So I like vampires. I do like vampires. I'm not such a werewolf fan, to be honest. Like the only werewolf that like I'm okay with is Taylor Lautner from Twilight. Yeah, he's the only one. 'Cause he doesn't like, I don't know. It's the hair. I'm not a big fan of a lot of hairiness. It's just not for me. So yeah, I'd rather have a vampire. Yeah. What else is Halloween? We got vampires, we got witches, we got skeletons, ghosts, and pumpkins, obviously. We've been over that. What else is Halloween themed? I mean, candy, because trick-or-treating. You know, there's like two types of Halloween costumes. There's the scary ones, which feels more true to the Halloween theme, and then there's the other stuff where you just dress up as something. Like I'm Evie. Not scary, not related to Halloween, but still an acceptable costume. So when did we stop being scary for Halloween? I don't think I ever was a scary costume growing up as a kid. I don't think my mom wanted me to be. I had kind of a strict protective mom, so I wasn't allowed to watch like horror movies. I was not allowed or play any video games with too much violence or something. So naturally, when picking out a Halloween costume, it was always something more cutesy. Like I was Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. That was a good one. Mermaid, or like Disney princesses or whatever. I was a zebra one time. That was pretty cool. Zebra. Yeah, I don't think I was ever. Maybe I was a witch, but like a cute witch. A cute witch. Well, yeah. I wasn't planning on making this too long or too much of anything, really. I just wanted to check in and say happy Halloween and join you a little bit for Halloween, and wish you a spooky, happy, sleepy time. Spooky, sleepy time. Spooky, sleepy time. And show off my pajama costume. I want to go walk around outside in this. Someday I'm gonna really fix up and clean up my room, and you all are gonna be so impressed about how good the background is gonna look, because I used to try to hide it and like turn the camera so where it's just against the blank wall, but I gave up. I'm like, it's just a room, sue me. What are you gonna do about it? It's not that bad. It's just like my bed and the laundry is always here, and then the books are just piling up and getting higher and higher, and then I just keep putting more things on Anya's head. This little Anya plushie. It started out with just headphones, and then I put a birthday cake on her head, and now she's also wearing a tiara, but you can't see it. So it's really not that bad. It's just not very organized or like nice, and I could make the bed look nicer, and I could put up like some cute decorations or lights in the background. I just have not. I have not. My excuse is that basically everywhere I've lived ever since I entered college up until now has been temporary. Because, you know, the dorm, you're there for 2 semesters, and then you move, and then you get another one, and then an apartment for maybe a year, and then you move, and then this apartment was supposed to be just 1 year, and now I'm here for a year and a half. And then I'll probably move in April again. Yeah, so I'm like, why am I gonna spend a lot of time and money decorating, making it look nice if I'm just gonna take it all down and move? So when I'm in somewhere more permanent, and also with more space, this place is so cramped and tiny. I don't know if we'll get somewhere with more space though. Maybe not for a while. So, it's okay. Anyway. Excuses. Sorry. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Yeah. Boo. That's all I wanted to say. And I'll see you soon. I'm gonna film another video after this, and it's gonna be like a high quality ASMR video. Higher quality than this. This is like minimum quality. But I give it bonus points because of the costume. That's the main attraction here right now. Okay. I think this is where we part ways. Good night and happy Halloween. If this put you to sleep, I don't give myself any credit because I was just talking. You were probably really sleepy if you fell asleep, and you probably would have fallen asleep to anything. Like, you could have watched a video of literally anything, and you probably would have fallen asleep if you fell asleep to this. I wonder if there's probably a lot of placebo effect with ASMR. Like, if you click on a video and it has the word ASMR in the title, you're kind of telling your brain, like, this video will put me to sleep, and then you're like more open to the idea of falling asleep. Whereas if you're just watching a video that could be relaxing, but it's not like, it wasn't intended to be ASMR, but it's something else, like maybe you're less likely to fall asleep because you weren't prepping your mind to fall asleep because you didn't know it was ASMR. But I'm calling this ASMR, so therefore you think it's relaxing, but it's really not, is it? This really isn't that relaxing. I don't know. Good night, everyone. Good night. I say good night. Evie says good night. Everyone says good night. Good night. See you later. Mwah. Oh, I forgot to say that I hope you had a good time. And I hope you were safe. And eating lots of candy, especially chocolate. My boyfriend just turned on the microwave, and that's going to be loud, so I gotta go. Do you hear the microwave? When it beeps, it's going to be super loud, so I